You there, Rachel? Hello. All right. Well, since we're all here, let's get some D20s for recap. No, low number has to give recap. So we're just waiting on Ben, and once we see Ben's number, then we can say that Ryan's going to do it. Oh, you rolled in person. All right. Crap says that he gives the recap. Go ahead. Sounds about right. So you rescued Clyde and headed back to the party's bar where you had a filling meal, as much drink as you wanted, and a long night's rest. So we wake up the next morning, birds chirping, a cool southerly breeze blowing through the village. What would you all like to do? We don't have a leader yet, apparently. Everyone's waiting for someone else to say something. Certainly. As you walk downstairs and you look outside, in his ever faithful seat is the old mayor of the town, Woot Slap. And he's sitting there just kind of eyeballing the villagers as they walk by and grumbling. And Makino is behind the bar. Other than that, there's not a lot of people coming in first thing in the morning. Uh, no, you were going to talk to them, but you came in late in the evening and he was already home. Yeah. Wonderful. Yes, thank you. Oh, right, right. Let me see here. And he pulls out like a small coin pouch that has like the gold clasp at the top. And he pops it open and he pulls out 50 gold coins and puts it on the table. That should be enough for those bandits. Of course. I mean, we're not the despicable ones here. That'd be the pirates. Well, that's unfortunate, but, the world government and the Goa Kingdom do as they see please, and our village, we stay out of their machinations as best as we can. Um, he thinks for a second. Well, maybe once every 5 years or so, the judicial ships come and the Goa Kingdom get all the feathers ruffled. I guess it's just time again. Oh, I'm sure there's some people that like to and go and help where they can. Um, we occasionally see drifters come through the village, but other than that, no. Oh, yeah. Uh, I mean, the last time that anyone was able to force the Sea King to go away was roughly 10 years ago. He came back, unfortunately. A stiff right hook, apparently. This guy, one of our local miscreants, went out and actually punched the thing right in the face. Scared it off. He met it out on a boat, yes. It tried to eat him. He just took a boat out and he was leaving for a grand adventure or something, and the Sea King tried to eat him, and so he hit it in the face. Apparently, the rooster's awake. Look, we don't have much to give, but what we can give you is safe haven whenever you want to come into harbor. We don't uh, we don't discriminate against many people, so you'd be forever in our favor. Oh well, I don't like pirates. Everyone else here seems to be happy with them. I'm fine where I'm at. Hmm. I would say no more than 200 yards or so. No, it likes the easy prey near the village. The Goa Kingdom has large warships that it wouldn't dare attack. Of course, it'll be a safe harbor for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are different levels. This one would be considered like a baby seeking. Is that Amanda speaking? Okay. So you gather up your crew and you head back to the ship. And, well, you guys are the crew at the moment, as no one else has returned. You see the captain on deck. And she's like, "Hello, friends. Welcome back. Welcome back. Have you brought your tribute to the crew?" Well, then, well, that's a start. A lot. Oh, he was just expecting you guys to bring what you guys collected, and then he would obviously take a cut off the top. Oh, it's that looks exquisite. How did you come by it? Oh, I have heard of it. What, you faced Higuma? Did you get his body by chance? Damn. Well, I mean, that's 800 gold. Alright, well, that's down the drain. Yes, literally. He was, yes. He had a wanted poster. That's alright. I will make sure when the sea mail comes, then I will hold on to those for us. Such sail? Cat's off. Well, yes. We have enough provisions for a couple of weeks on sea. And with what you've collected, we should be able to sail a couple more weeks the next island that we land on. Welcome to the Mangy Disgrace, crew. He kind of just gives you a side eye. All right. So, as you are all gathering your gear together, selecting some bunks within the ship, move you guys over here to the world map. That's just this one C. So you guys are on the Mangy Disgrace. I believe you guys can see that right next to Dawn Island. Yep. All right. So, islands that are within a couple weeks of travel time, he pulls out a sea map and he starts to show you what is available. There's Shell's Town, the Isle of Rare Animals, and he has a particular map of Gold Island. Now, Gold Island is the rumored place of a one Captain Woonan. Captain Woonan was a big shot on the EC many years ago. Apparently, he had a 8,800 bounty on his head. He had gathered quite a lot of gold and riches. Stories say that he stored it in his warehouse on his island. This map came at a high price, but hopefully no one's gotten there before us. Shell's Town is ruled by the Marines. There's a Marine branch there with a particularly nasty captain at its helm. And the Isle of Rare Animals, well, there's not a lot known about that, besides the fact that it has rare animals on it. So, make a group decision here. What sounds more interesting? Battling the Marines, or searching for treasure, or exploring an island of rare animals? Did you want to go to the rare animals? Yeah, he, well, if he is still alive, he hasn't been pirating. It seems like he either died out from something or he's in hiding. No one really knows. I would say. Let's see here. He would be probably his late 70s at this point. That, that's unknown. Like I said, he kind of went dormant for a while. We just don't know really anything about him, other than that he was a fearsome pirate who amassed a huge fortune. I don't trust anyone on these seas except for your lot. Wunin was a very prominent pirate on the East Blue, so a lot of people have been looking for his treasure. But having a starting point is better than nothing. All right, everyone, to your positions. We set sail. And so he heads up to the wheel and begins pointing out orders for people to start weighing the anchor and start dropping the rigging, so that way they can get you guys can get some wind in your sails, as it were. And after a couple minutes, you guys begin taking off from the dock and slowly drifting out through the bay. And let's see. Do I have a map for your guys' boat? I do. Let's see here. So we got Cookie up in the crow's nest, correct? Rookie in the crow's nest. 4X is in the galley. Let's see here. Who else was doing what? As of right now, yes. Your problems are futile. So you guys go to your designated positions. Most of you don't have anything to do at the moment. So you just help where it's needed, gathering ropes, letting ropes out, and you begin taking off. But everyone will be on deck except for 4X, who is going to be in the galley. Yep. Oh, get my selector here. Let me go ahead and drop you guys on your ship for now. So there is the Mangy Disgrace. So you can move yourself to whatever deck that you feel appropriate with. Don't mind Peel, he's not up there. So you have the cargo deck on the far left, the mid deck, and then the high deck, which will be the forecastle, and the poop deck is to the far right. The galley would be in the mid deck by Onslow. Yep. Okay, roll me a perception check. Ooh, good perception. Yeah, looking out, you do see the occasional shadow of what looks like maybe a small shark or a dolphin or a seal of some sort. But off in the distance, about a quarter of a mile, you do see what looks like the large hump of a large hump of a huge sea beast kind of snaking through the water. It really is. And Captain Dryden will say, all right, men, be ready. Just in case it decides to attack us, just be on your guard. We're going to try to sail around it. So he's going to direct Stubbs here to steer the boat in the opposite direction of which it is swimming. And Stubbs doesn't do a very good job of it. So he's trying with his little legs, trying to pull it, and he's like, "Aye, aye, Captain!" And he's trying to pull the wheel and veer off on a course to the right, away from the way it's sailing. And you guys keep sailing in that direction for a little while, and you notice that the beast starts to turn. Still a little ways off, but it seems like it's turning in your direction. It would be on the port side. Excuse me. Captain Dryden looks at Stubbs. Come on, man. Put your back into it. Full sails, everyone. Full sails. We need more speed. And the other crew members start pulling in the sails tighter, trying to get more speed out of the sails, but it doesn't seem like you're picking up enough speed coming off the coast. What is everyone else doing with all this? He is. Vehicles water? I don't know if they made an official thing for it, but I believe it's vehicles water would be preferable. Welcome back. Okay, so you fly down, you push Stubbs aside, and you start pulling on the wheel, trying to get it to turn more. Make me a strength check, or sorry, navigation, ship's water. Yeah, thank you. That one. Perfect. Uh, you wrench it hard enough that it breaks free of the sea kelp that was collecting on the rudder, and you start spinning the wheel more freely, giving you a more northern uh, jaunt on the ship. It says, wonderful, rookie. We're making headway now. And the ship starts progressing faster and faster through the water. And you see the Sea King, or the Sea, whatever, the Sea Beast is coming after you. And you see the head come up. And what you see is, let me see if I have it here. It's on another map. One moment. Let me grab these real quick. And let me paste this here. What you see is this large serpent coming up out of the water and chasing after your boat. I need everyone. Perfect. It is within range. Roll an attack, please. I'm sure that's going to hit. Oh, that rod. Yes, please. That hits for sure. Eldritch Blast is force damage. All right. Force. All right. Well, let's get some quick initiative here, and we'll see how well you guys can sail out of here. He's got tiny eyes. So you see the. Oh, it should be clicking on your token and then initiative, but I can add a turn for you. There you go. What'd you get? 4. Wonderful. A little bit faster than Ryan. You're slower than a turtle. Yeah, so Penella, you see that this creature is catching up to you. He'd be within 100 feet. Mm-mm. Okay. I think there's a thing for this. Um, Hey Ryan, do you know if they've got the spell effects as a free thing on Roll20? Yeah. Yeah, well. Alright. Cloud of daggers directly behind the ship. Okay, so you cast that behind the ship, close to the water, as you see that it is swimming through the water, and that's probably the best place to put it. Ooh. There we go. Cloud of daggers. I found it. All right, Iskari. Right? 100 feet. Eldritch Blast. Another 5. Oh, yeah, definitely. That's fine. And it's just to attack, right? Not to damage? Okay. So, sweet. He takes it. Is Hex only 60 feet? Oh, just out of range. Yeah, he's chasing at the moment. Let me get it to appropriate size. Beautiful. All right. So that brings it to the creature's turn. The creature cannot catch up as of this moment, so it is going to double move to move 100 feet and be directly behind the ship. And it takes the 8 points of damage. And just snarls. And that's its turn. It had to double move to get in contact with the ship. Rookie. You can do that. That is a hit. Okay. Go for it. That's a hit. Miss. AC is 13. And it just like wiggling its eel like head. Okay. Okay, so you are going to be like around here ish. Let's see, can I make this guy go to. Let's see. I'm going to make you go to the front. Yeah, there you go. You're up above his head. All right. 4X, you hear a commotion and people yelling, ah, seeking. What do you do? Okay, so you just walk straight out. It's you're actually that's a doorway, so you can just walk right out and you're on the main deck. Yep. Uh, if let's see. Yeah, because he's trying to. Oh no, no, you can't because the pilot deck is above you, which is the map on the right. You can lean over the edge. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Yep. Ooh, ouch. Go for it. Definitely. Con save. 13. Oh. Half damage? Ah, okay. All right. Anything else? That would have been great. All right. Erling Zane. That's a hit. That's a hit. Ouch. Beautiful. Yeah. You know, a couple of stern talking to. Be like, otherwise, I'm going to put you in the drink and make you rust by the salt water. Anything else? All right. Penala, I believe you are concentrating on the Cloud of Daggers? No. Yes, it is. Concentration for 1 minute. What spell is it? Nope. That does not. If you can get up to the top deck, you would be within 30 feet of it. You'd be standing right next to Stubbs. Which one are you choosing? Okay. And that's a con save. Oh, that is a fail with a 13. It is blind. Very nice. His eyes are bleeding. Okay. Brings us back to Ascari. Sure. Yes, definitely connects. Yep. Oof. Nice. Good damage. All right. Anything else? All right. That brings us to the Lord of the Sea. All right. The Lord of the Sea takes his damage. So, I believe it's new damage every turn for Cloud of Daggers. He will start his turn in range, at least this turn. So, Rachel, roll me 4d4, please. Yep. Nice. So he takes another 11. Well rolled, indeed. Much like the basilisk in Harry Potter, he might not be able to see you, but he can still hear you. And he is going to start sniffing about, and he smells the bird, and he's going to attack the bird. It's harrying his head. Oof. Probably not going to hit with a 13. All right. He thrashes about, and the boat starts moving forward. And he is moving forward with the boat. He is now out of range of the Cloud of Daggers. And that puts Rookie there. All right, that is his turn. Rookie, you're go. That hits. Ooh, okay. That, you gotta get some more damage. That's a miss. All right. That leaves us to Everest 4X Bentley. Yeah, you can reach him. Ho ho ho. Please do. That is a miss. Oh, wait, hold on. It's blinded. So give it a disadvantage, or you give advantage on attacks against it for being blinded. That will definitely hit. Ooh. All right. He takes it. Oh, I believe you. Attack rules, creatures have advantage, and then it's disadvantage. Okay, there we go. All right. No. The right calling. Erling. Oof. Why do you have it? Oh, yeah, you have advantage because it's blind. Jeez. Doing work over there. All right. He's hurting. God, you guys are doing hurting. All right. Penala. Nope. It is not a person to be charmed. It is a beast. That is a higher level spell. It is not. I would suggest you get to the end of the ship before you do that, though. All right. So, con save for him is 15. He succeeds on his con save, so he takes half damage. Takes 2 points of damage and is not moved. Now, I need you to roll me... Oh, never mind. I need to roll for the ship real quick. Actually, you can avoid the ship, so I'm not going to roll for the ship. You push... how are you placing this cube of force from you? So it is a 15-foot cube that originates from you. So think three-dimensionally. It's 3 people tall by 3 people long, and you get to place it centered. You get to put one of the sides of this cube next to you. Do you want it to be like down or straight out, where you're the center of the cube and you got like a 5 feet below you, 5 feet above you? This is mainly if you're going to affect Rookie or not. Okay, perfect. So you launch this blast of thunder energy, and it sounds like a cannon fire goes off. And you hurt its poor little eyeballs some more. Anything else you'd like to do? Go for it. You feel a jaunty tune catch your bones, and you start getting a little jig in your step. Get jiggy with it. Beautiful. D6. Eldritch Blast. Oh my god. Plus Hex. You don't need it. AC 13. You're on fire with your hex damage. He's looking very rough. Ooh. Send a shiver down my spine. He's an old college friend. So this creature, the Sea King, the Lord of the Sea, kind of senses around like he's getting pummeled from his face. So he dives under the water, and you guys can no longer see where he is located. Rookie. Roll me a perception check. Nope. He is lost in the shadow of the ship. maybe darts. Okay. And you're keeping pace with the ship, right? Okay. Beautiful. 4X. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Zane. Okay. Perfect. Penella. Yeah, there's a railing all around that top deck. Perfect. Bracing yourself. Ascari, you sense that the creature is still within range of your hex. You still have that connection. What do you do? Perfect. Tie yourself to the mast. Okay. Next to Peel and Zane. Wonderful. All right. This massive sea creature breaks through the water on the front side of the boat, the bow. Any held actions can be used now. That is a miss. Yes, still blinded. Still a miss. Your axe goes lump in the water. And 4X had a held ball of fire. I thought you could throw it. Ah. Gotcha. Okay. So those were all held actions. This sea beast is going to lurch out of the water and attempt to take Darwin with him. Oh, and he definitely bites into Darwin. It's a natural 19. It's very bad. Deckhand. Uh, no shirt, but he gets bitten clean off the ship and is dead in the water. And that is Rookie's turn. You see this beast come up, and he's out of the range of your darts, but you can definitely reach him with flight. Amanda. Mm-hmm. No, you can reach him there. That whole square is him. You have an inspiration die. Definitely hits. Go for it. How do you want to do this? Yeah. And you see as the beast slowly begins drifting off into the water. The last bubbles of air escaping its body. Pool of blood. It would provide you prepared properly with like a month's worth of food. All right, let's do a skill challenge here then. Death. Okay, so we're gonna do a small skill challenge. uh, pirate banter. Um, it's that that it's the bit above water is roughly 15 feet, and this beast is rumored to be about 50 feet in total length. Okay. Very much Buzz Lightyear and Woody flying into the back of the moving truck. You swoop in and dive towards the sea beast. Uh, I need each of you to give me a acrobatics check. It's a good time to use it. 13. Beautiful. Yeah, you can get to the mouth of this sinking beast. As now that the anchor boy has been killed, Cooper runs over and begins dropping the anchor. And you can reach the beast's mouth while holding your breath. How do you want to secure this? Um, yeah, more. Uh, okay. Uh, so let's start with Ben. You can roll me a nature or survival for best places to put a line in a fish. Hold on, it's not your turn yet. 15. Yeah, you would think that in this case, since it is a eel-like creature, that trying to rope its neck is probably not going to work, but going through a gill would definitely be the way to secure it. Okay, you got you. There you go. You stab it through the gill, and it makes like you pierce it through, and then it snaps taut as it pulls itself against the gill, creating a an anchor point, and you see that the beast begins pulling behind the ship as it's slowly coming to a stop. She's still underwater. There's some barrels. Yeah, you guys just resupplied, so they're full of water. She can fly. She just has to get out of the water. She's a tropical bird. She's used to being moist. So you come out of the water, you're sopping wet, and you're having a very hard time treading water as your wings are waterlogged. It's like having sweatpants in a pool. Uh, make She's a monk. She's not wearing anything. No. uh, Penella, make me a sleight of hand. Yeah. You can also pull yourself on the line that's connected to the ship. Just pulling yourself out of the water. Sleight of hand. Yes. You can throw the rope and it lands right next to Rookie. While you can duck your head underwater and you see that she's beginning to pull herself out of the mouth. Soggy bird wing. You have the rope, Iskari. How do you want to escape this? Cool. So you see Rookie is kind of sloshing, treading water, holding onto the rope, and then breaking the water, you see Iskari pulling herself along the water with the rope that she attached to the ship, and that's taut with the sea beast seeking, and she's pulling herself up onto the ship. So you can reel Rookie in, and everyone's on deck, safe and sound. The captain says, "Well done." That was a fantastic show of strength. I'm glad you're on my crew. She shakes and like poofs up. And she goes up and starts just to get the air, the breeze above the sails. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you can pull the beast, and a couple other deckhands will lash it to the side of the boat, piercing it through and like wrapping the rope around its spine and then attaching it. So it looks like you have a big pontoon on your boat, and you can reach over or even climb on top of it and begin to start taking like the back strap around the spine and carving it out. And so you have some huge stakes that you can make. All right. So, you all can stay here for a little bit, and you see the a couple people out on the dock are cheering, yeah, yeah. And you see immediately that the fishermen jump on their boats and begin taking off to the sea. Now that this demon, this fiend that was harrying them, is no longer there. Yes. Uh, so you guys can do that, and after maybe an hour or so of going through and cutting up this fish, you can either have a slower travel speed and keep it in the water to keep it from dying or rotting out, or you can take what food you can and beginning like salt curing or air drying this sea beast. That's up to you guys. Gotcha. It'll attract Charles. Oh goodness, watch out for that. Okay, so the plan is to keep it attached to the boat and uh, pull it back out of the water every so often, maybe every day or so, to pull more meat, what meat you can from it, and then discard it after a couple of days. Yep. All right. So that was that. Well done, everyone. And now back to the overlap. That was a baby sea king. So you guys handled that there. You now have a roughly 3-week journey to Gold Island. And you now have enough rations with the Sea King to essentially get you to Gold Island, and then since that is 3 weeks away, and that's about as much food as you guys had, and you can now sail from Gold Island another few weeks to another island from there. So, we are heading down to Gold Island. Along with the musical prowess of Penala, strumming along on a lute. Is that what you're using? A lute. Yeah. Would you mind if I sang off key? Um, you guys are pirates. You guys are rude. Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like, I don't mean to be racist, but bless your heart. You guys got a long time to discuss how well someone can sing or not. So you guys are going to be heading disgraced, crushed. All right. So we have our travel pace. You guys can travel at 24 miles per day, I believe is what it is. Let's see. Did I make a... Okay, I'll have to make a handout for you guys for the ship with the stats. I hadn't done that since they released the thing. Let me see here. So you guys are on essentially, for this size of boat, which is, I believe, was 60 feet. Yeah, you guys can travel 72 miles per day on this ship. So, to get to Gold Island, it's 432. So it'll take you a week to get there, apparently. Barring no complications. I'm really going to have to find things for you guys to do on ships for days on end. So, we're going to be traveling. Oh, did you really, Ben? I love that song. Man. Such a good song. If any of you don't play World of Warcraft, you should listen to the the Daughter of the Sea. Laura Bailey sings it. It's for World of Warcraft. Oh, it's yeah, it is. It sends shivers. My God, so good. I, I love her too, but just the the conviction in her voice when she's singing. Oh, so good. Okay, so 4X is singing a sad Turtle version. Yes, that poor Jaina. Okay, uh, so you guys are sailing down the seas, and there are plenty of things to do. Is there anything that what would you guys like to do in your downtime? You can do things like make a map. Let's see. There's God, there's a lot of rules for these things. Excuse me. Morale things you can do. I believe. Let's see. Every day, let's have each of you roll a skill. So we're gonna have 6 skill checks, and let's start with day 1. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear the log here. Let's remove all turns, and I'm gonna have. Let's see here. I am going to get that set up just now. So, making a day tracker and the initiative for you guys. 6 days of travel. Day 1. Let's start with, we'll go right to left. Panala, make me a performance check for morale for day 1. For all her mocking, she is giving a very melodious tune, maybe picking up on 4X's somber song, and the crew does not seem to be chipper about sailing on the sea this day. There's some deep things coming out here. Yep, that's very dark, ominous tune. Oh, I can't tell. All right, so who is our? Do we have a quartermaster? Ryan. Ryan. Yes. I have to keep. I have to keep flipping over my page. They're on another page. Um. All right. Let's see. I really don't like their rules. I don't want the quartermaster to be the navigator. Um. Ryan, roll me a Roll me an investigation check, just to keep stock on the wares and make sure people aren't going through supplies too fast. Perfect. It looks that everything's in order. No additional rations have been removed from the stores, and nobody's pocketing anything they shouldn't be. 4X, go ahead and make me a cooking check. Cooking check, please. We're going to try to raise morale. This would be Are you proficient in cooking utensils? Okay, then it would be a wisdom, a proficiency wisdom. Yep. So you guys can travel 3 hexes a day. Beautiful. You raise the morale back to equal with your lovely meals for the day. Eel sushi. Ooh, eel tartare will be for dinner. Uh, Gotta get one of those. All right. So Ascari, roll me a counseling check. um, she is the camp counselor for the Meiji Disgrace. You know what? Roll me. Unfortunately, you have to be the best with people's emotions, so roll me an insight check to just get the general. Oh, you got it. Yeah, you're like, why is everyone bitching and complaining about this song? Just do your job, right? Yeah, just observing everyone. Um, okay, that doesn't affect anything today, as everything else is bouncing out. Rookie, let's see here. I'm gonna have you roll me a perception check or navigator's check for assisting the captain to getting the best line with the currents and the like the wind directions from where you're at. Beautiful. Uh, you see that the clouds are beginning to shift, and you tell the captain to adjust trim to match the air currents, so that way you get full sails. And you increase the speed of the ship by 1 hex this day. So any one of you guys can control the ship and plot your course. You guys can move 4 hexes this day. So who wants to be in control of the ship? All right. I was kind of hoping Nick would do his plotting course like he did with Star Wars campaign. I know. You just did such a good job of like putting out the lines and it. Oh. All right. Straight line. Okay. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's day 2. We're gonna start day 2 this time with yeah, let's start day 2 with breakfast. So 4X, give me another cooking check. Beautiful. Morale raises to +1. The crew is happy. Scrambled eel. You find some eel eggs, so you can make scrambled eel eggs, eel bacon. It's a very fishy diet. Um, that's funny. All right. Yeah. So people seem to be doing their jobs better this day with a hearty meal in their stomach. Uh, Erling, what would you like to do to contribute this day? By all means, go for it. All right. Ooh, that was good. All right, Scary. What would you like to contribute to the ship this day? All right, roll me a perception check. Ooh. Uh, with the clear skies, you can see that um, you may not run into it, but it looks far off in the distance that there is a maybe a storm front moving throughout the waters, and that you can relay that to the captain, and he can adjust accordingly. Uh, Asuranda. What is that? Ah, Asuranda. Ooh, I like that. Yes, Stubbs, make sure that we steer clear of that. Aye, aye, Captain. And that will give them a bonus on their navigation. All right. Rookie is gone. Penella, what are you going to do? Only a poor craftsman blames their tools. No, no, no. Yeah, so you would not actively contribute this day, but you can retune your instrument. It'll definitely be swelling with the salt air, so that makes sense. Rookie, you've been kicked out of your nest. What are you doing? Iskari's taking her turn up in the crow's nest. Okay. All right. Roll me a navigation check. Okay. Uh, no, that's fine. You don't take any particular note of the currents in this particular part of the ocean, but you do chart that there is more ocean on this day. You chart your surroundings. Oh, we'll get to the eel. Okay, that concludes day 2, and you can move 3 hexes this day. But you do know that. Hold on, hold on. I got a thing for this. Hold on. There's a, hold on. There's a storm thing. I think there's a storm thing in here. Um, yeah, we'll use this. So there's a storm front that was blowing through this section, and so you would have to veer your course slightly. Cool. All right, so that is the end of day 2. Day 3. Let's see. Let's start with Zane this time. Yeah. You know what? Let me go over to the ship map. I think what I need to do is I need to put the ship on the overland map so that way you guys can see people. Let me grab the crew real quick. Well, I haven't told you to roll anything yet, Ryan. Okay. So I'm going to put the crew below the ship so you guys can see their names. So you can choose to talk to whomever you like. I will... Hold on. I gotta enable names on the things. You should be... Yep. Alright. 1 second. And we need to show nameplate. Why can't you see the names? That is a Stormfront this time. Okay. I will get apparently the names aren't working on the map, so I will fix that at some point. All right. So you have. Well, hold on. I have the ship in here on my notes, so I can just copy and paste the things. The crew. Copy that. And I'm going to paste this in chat. There we go. Okay. But, alas, Darwin is dead. He's dead. Yeah. So, sucks that you guys can't see them. I have their nameplate being shown. Okay. So, Cooper is... Let me see. Can I make these guys... Give these guys all... Or, maybe they'll make it easier for... Let's see. Well, that was not intended. It depends on how you treat her. All right. All right. So, Cooper is going to be on the, top left. And then you have Henderson, who is directly below her. Then you have Peel is next to Cooper. Hockley is below Peel. And then you have Onslow is next to Peel. And then Stubbs and Captain Dryden. Okay. No. These are all just going to be general crewmates. Stubbs is the only one that would be of a higher rank, just because he's manning the wheel. Hello. Morning. It's just another fine day on the sea. I can't do a British accent. I'm terrible at it. Hello, Governor. Just another fine day on the sea. Well, they come around every now and then. But it's, well, there tends to be other pirates in this part, but nothing that I know of in particular. Um, um, well, it's maybe just a few weeks. Just a few weeks before you joined on. Um, yes, yes, most definitely I would be able to tell a pirate crew by their flag. Any particular flag that you wish to discuss? Oh, let me see here. Digging back in my memories. I think I have heard of them. Where did you encounter such a pirate? Let's see here. What, um, remind me, Ryan, where did you start out at? Was that North Blue? One moment. Let's see here. Oh, yes. Yes. That is the killer pirates, if I'm not mistaken. Bit of a nasty bunch. I heard that they joined up with Eustace Kidd, some new up and comer. Yes, it's a right nasty bloke. Apparently, he got his hands on some kind of mystical power, and he's been wreaking havoc ever since. Uh, the South Blue specifically, but I heard that he was making his way to the Grand Line for more glory, I suppose. Well, from what I understand, there are ways of bypassing the calm belts, as it were. Also, rumor has it that there's a great reverse mountain where the water flows up the mountain, and supposedly you can ride that up to the top, and it will shoot you out at the Grand Line. It's extremely perilous to travel that particular path. At least from what I've heard. If you don't hit the mountain just right, you run your ship right into the red line and you sink to the bottom of the ocean. Up the reverse mountain? Yes, yes, it does. Yeah, not like I said, not a whole lot is known about them, but they are definitely rising in the ranks of the pirates. Yeah, they didn't get their name for nothing. Most certainly, sir. If I come across anything, I will let you know. Aye, aye, sir. All right. Let's go to Iskari. What do you want to do today? All right, that'll give Penala advantage on her performance roll. Rookie. That's racist. Okay. Roll roll me a perception check. Cool. As of right now, it seems to be heading north by northwest. So you should be able to skirt the edge of the storm at the current heading. Yeah. Uh, hey, rookie, how does it look up there? I don't care if your little nest is dirty. You make like flag gestures with your wings to signal to. Yeah, yeah, stay close. That'll be fine. Penala. Hello. What are you doing? Are you going to perform this day? Oh, yeah. The crew definitely feels a lot better. So there's a chorus of stringed instruments going. And what do you play for the folks? I love it. I love it. Yeah, crew morale is definitely bolstered this day. All right. Beautiful. And we're going to end with, I believe, 4X this day. Cooking again. All right. Yeah. So you are able to make the meal. What are you making this day? Eel chops. You're, you've you can find. Yeah, there would definitely be some fruits on board for keeping scurvy at bay. So yeah, you can make a nice apple chutney with eel steaks, eel chops. Sorry, and yeah, so everyone is well fed, and it's a nice change of pace from the relatively bland taste of eel of the Sea King. So the crew welcomes it heartily, and they drink, and they're quite merry about it. You can travel 3 hexes this day. And as night falls, you notice that there's an eerie fog rolling in. And it seems to be like a moderately dense fog, and your visibility is reduced to about 300 feet. Captain says, I'm not too sure about this fog. Let's go half sails, and better yet, why don't we let's let's weigh anchor for let's drop anchor for the night, and we'll ride out the fog, and we'll sail again in the morning. Standard shifts, everyone. And he goes ahead and drops anchor, and the crew begins pulling up the sails just in case if a storm rolls through with this fog. And I'm going to say each one of you can take a shift with the rest of the crew. So, how do you guys want to designate your shifts? Okay. I think half the group does. All right, so rookie will be last shift. We'll do 4X. And then we have Iskari and Pinala in the middle of the night. Any preference to who goes first? I so am. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes. I am a pirate captain. Deal with it. All right. Well, you guys can swing whatever way you want to. That's fine. Um All right, so that leaves Zane. Do you want to be earlier or later? Or right in between the girls? That's up to you. Early morning. Got it. Okay. All right. So 4X is going to be out on shift with, we'll say, Henderson. Go ahead and make me a perception check, Ben. Yes, please. Oh, beautiful. Uh, yeah, in the early parts of the evening, as the sun is beaming through what's left. Oh, jeez, in-laws. As the sun is beaming through what's left of the day sky, you don't see anything eventful, but you do see that the fog is getting more and more dense as the night goes on. But nothing eventful. Yep, exactly. All right, so Iskari or Penala? As it's getting dark, you guys are going to be on shift, whoever chooses. Okay, you are with Onslow. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Okay. As the fog is getting more and more dense, you notice that Onslow is got his. Let's see. Hold on. Let me make sure I got the right characters here. Uh, yeah. Onslow is got like a hooded lantern out, and he's kind of just walking along the starboard side of the ship as you walk along the port, and he's just trying to get he's squinting his eyes, trying to peek out there, and you notice that there's this like hazy ring around the fog where he's looking, but it goes uneventful for your watch. I believe that's Iskari then. All right. So Penala wakes up Iskari, and Iskari, you're going to be with Peel this night. Roll me a perception check. What? 18. Yeah, the visibility on deck seems to be extremely low. It's getting to the point where the fog has encroached the ship and is beginning to start pouring out onto the deck. But it doesn't seem to be unnatural. It just seems to be a very dense fog. And you don't seem to notice anything. That brings us to Zane. All right, and you are with Hockley again. So you two with your lanterns or whatever light that you have. He's got a lantern. He takes his off of Peel and puts another pint of oil into it for the middle of the morning. And You look across the deck, and all you can see is his light. You can't even see him. The fog is so thick. What light source do you have? So you pull out your open torch, and the waves of the flames flicker, and it's very mesmerizing in the fog as the light is just strobing throughout the fog there. Um, but you don't notice anything awry. You take your full watch, and you both take a couple rounds. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. After 10 minutes, you do know that this particular fog is. It seems like it might have been crafted at some way. It does not seem natural. Mm-hmm. And besides knowing that it's an unnatural fog, nothing else happens. That brings us to Rookie as the sun starts to peer up over the horizon and begins to cascade light over the ship. Small beams of light are coming through the fog and caressing over the hand railings of the deck. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, Rookie. It's damp and it's wet. It smells, yeah. Can't see nothing. So you just go up and you kind of just sit in the crow's nest and just hunker down and just an angry bird. Okay. Okay. Make me. Oh, go ahead. Okay. I was gonna say, make me an investigation check with disadvantage. Okay. You notice that on the port side, so the left side, one of the port holes seems to have some scratching on it. Um, but you don't know if that was there before or after because you haven't really looked at the side of the ship before. Uh, and you have a 50-foot fly? Okay, yeah, so that's easy enough. You fly up about 150 feet and you break the fog bank that's rolling over, and you can see that it's relatively localized. Um, it's maybe so your ship is like 90 feet long, so the fog seems to be maybe twice that, maybe three times that, like 270 feet, and it seems relatively circular in or more like a teardrop shape, with most of it around your ship, and then it kind of trails off in one direction. Well, the ship has been docked, or not docked. It's been anchored. Yeah. Uh, so you beautiful. So you finish your watch and nothing else happens. Everyone else wakes up, and you kind of get that early morning fog uh, sense where you everyone else is waking up, and they come out and they see that instead of the dark gray that you just can't see through, everything begins to turn into a light gray. And as the day comes a little bit, or the sun comes up a little bit more in the day, it begins to burn off the fog, and it is clear skies by about 10 o'clock in the morning. Captain says, "All right, hands. Fog's cleared. Weigh anchor. Full sails. We gotta, we gotta make time to the island." And everyone starts bustling around. And you guys begin moving again. Uh huh. Charles. Those monsters growling. So, yeah. So, are you going below deck? Okay. Okay. Let me take you over to the boat real quick. All right. So, the lower deck is going to be over here on the left. Don't mind this guy. He's not actually there. So Rookie heads below deck, and looking around, you you see that the scrapes. You count the portholes, and you see the one that was looks like it was scraped. Roll me a survival check to determine the yeah straight survival to determine what type of that would that's stealth. I need survival. Ah, these seem to be claw marks, and definitely look like something had clawed onto the porthole, indicating by the way the scratches were, and pulled itself through. Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check with disadvantage because it is very dark down there. Oh, you got a 4 anyway. No, you don't really see anything. Well, technically, these guys would be down there. Okay. Uh, okay. Uh, roll me a yeah. Go ahead and roll me a survival, and uh, Zane, go ahead and roll me a investigation. Nice. Uh, it looks like one of the crates was opened, more so than normal. But looking inside, you just see that the stuff had been shifted around. Nothing had been taken. And Iskari, with your survival, uh, these look to be like humanoid claws. Something small but humanoid. Yeah. It's like a porthole. So the part that you're in is like half below the water, half above the water. So so the part that's above the water has like portholes in them, and most of them are covered. But this one seems to be kind of open with claw marks. Okay. Roll me a performance check. All the pots are busy, so she's gonna have to make something else. Sleight of hand versus your perception. You see her slinking in and trying to steal pots. You just bap her on the head. She's gone. All right, still need that performance for bashing a chamber pot. It seems like the sloshing inside the pod is deadening the sound a little bit, and it's not giving you the cacophonous banging of metal on metal that you were expecting. But everyone can roll investigations or perceptions for how they're searching. Fucking fireworks. The attack's on! Fireworks! Nice. Sorry, say that again? Okay. Uh, what you see, because you're up on the other deck. Okay. What Erling and Iskari notice is that one of the like powder kegs, which is one of the 9 kegs at the bow of the boat, which is over here. One of the lids seems to be cracked, and with your keen eyes, there seems to be something that is moving around within the barrel. We'll just say it's the bottom right. Okay. Uh, well, she hasn't thrown it yet. Uh, so as you slap on the top, nothing comes out. Okay. You take the top off, and you see that there is a writhing shadow hiding amongst the gunpowder. Roll an attack roll. That's a miss. Let's go ahead and get some initiative. I don't know. Still a miss. This boat. So you see this little creature pop up. Kind of swirling around in the it's like a creepy shadow. You guys beat its stealth check, which I'm upset about. Oh, and you're all going before it. Ben, what is your initiative? 10. All right. Scary. You see the shadows like, but it doesn't make any noise. Okay. Definitely hits. Is your weapon magical? Aha. All right. So it takes full damage, and the hex damage. What type of damage is that? All right. It ignores the necrotic damage, but it does take the full slashing damage. Okay. Zane. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And this is a magical axe, but you. Okay. You miss anyway. Describe what happens to your bad axe. And it's also, I'll say this, it's also hard for you to see it because it is a shadow in shadows. All right. Anything else? All right. Penella. That would have been a big hole. It's basically like a really like creepy like oil it's not an oil substance, but think of it like a liquid that hasn't breached the brim of a cup, but it's kind of got that like what is that term? Help me out here, people. Yeah, no, not the foam. It's yeah. I can't think of the term now. But it's surface tension. Like yeah, it doesn't break the surface tension, but it's like contained within this barrel. It has not popped out yet. Correct. Oh my God, I hate my neighbors. It's fucking May, guys. Quit shooting off fireworks. What? No, I was describing it as hissing, as you would expect a voiceless shadow to hiss, but think of like cartoon terms. It kind of like turns into like lightning for a second, like, and then no noise. No noise. Okay. Roll me a d20 and add your strength modifier. And if it's a negative, you have to subtract that from your d20 roll. That's a miss. So you slam this pot. Make a dexterity saving throw. You get covered in shit. As you slosh this pot down, it splashes all over you, including the gunpowder, which is now half wet. Anything else you'd like to do? Yeah, I would require a full action to slam the lid down on that. Okay. Rookie. Well, you have some light where you're at, projecting over there, so it's kind of like in dim light. So you can see that there is darkness kind of swirling around the top of this gunpowder keg. Okay. That hits. And you notice that it deals not as much damage as you'd hope. It's like 6th or 7th level. Yep. All right. You notice that you catch part of the shadow, but it seems to swirl around your fist. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You got shit in your feathers. 4x. You are, but you hear some commotion down below you. The stairs down is actually right behind you. Yep, you see a crowd of people stabbing and punching and pouring things over the top of a barrel of black powder. You can't quite see what's going on through everyone standing around it. Okay. Melee attack? Okay. It is now the shadowy creature's turn. It dives deeper into the black powder, and everyone around it hears as the bunghole pops out of this thing, and it attempts to hide. Okay. It has moved out of your view. It's not out in the water. Scary. Okay. You knock the barrel over, sliding gunpowder covered in shit, and it begins to pour out down the floor. And you notice that the hole on the side of this barrel has been popped open. And go ahead and roll a perception check. You notice that there is a small trickle of gunpowder leading northwest amongst the other barrels. Okay. You see that you kind of climbing over the barrels, following it, and the trail ends in that square. But you do not see the writhing shadow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can pull it towards you and move it like above that wood right there. So that one is moved out of the way. You still don't see anything. Nope. Yeah, the stink is definitely wafting out now. All right, Zane. You do not feel a connection. Panola. Yes. Okay. You pull that barrel aside, and you see the small trickle of gunpowder that was spread throughout the 9 barrels up there. You do not see the creature, but you can roll a perception check for me. You see that out of the corner of your eye, in the flicker of the torchlight, that the creature is hiding behind the barrels or the boxes over here. You managed to catch its natural 20% or stealth check. But it was your action to move the barrel. You can call it out. Yep. You can tell them. They can see you. You guys are in dim light at the moment. Okay. That brings us to Rookie. Yes. You do. There you go. Yes. She needs to be inspired because she's covered in shit. she pointed to where it's at, so you know the location of where it is. That hits. A natural one is still a natural one. So you can use that on the next one. Nice. You notice that he takes half. And it's going to use its held action to attempt to slash at you. Oh, wait, never mind. It's not its turn. 4x. Oh, sorry. You see it just kind of like shimmer. All right, 4x, your go. Okay. All right, the creature is going to lash out at Rookie. Does a 17 hit you, Rookie? Okay. You take 9 points of necrotic damage. And your strength is reduced by 3. You don't know. Make a note of what your strength is currently and then reduce it by 3. Iskari. Climb on top of the boxes. I'm gonna say no on this one. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah. And that kills it. How do you want to do it? Beautiful. And as you drive it down, there is a silent screech as its amorphous face begins writhing and shaking and it begins to dissipate and then explodes in a puff of what look like shadow dust. And it settles. The creature is dead. Dead. What? Any knowledge check is fine. Yeah, any knowledge check will work on this. So you got a 12. Anybody else want to get in on it? Okay. Oh, Rookie got an Arcana. 14. All right. Yeah. Everyone has heard some form or another of this creature. It is called a shadow. In this particular case, this was yeah, it's a shadow. Um, yeah, and it seems strange that a shadow would be out at sea by itself. That doesn't seem normal. Correct. You have thoroughly searched the ship at this point. There is nothing else down here. Um, Usually they're manifestations of in this case it would be a manifestation of like a dead pirate or another evildoer that has been turned into a shadow by a greater shadow. I love how Zane has just totally got her number. She's like, "You're ruining everything. You and Rookie, you're in the book." So you think you can save? Yeah, you think you could save now that Iskari had actually dumped the barrel. You can save about half a barrel of gunpowder. Gunpowder ain't cheap, man. Now you gotta clean it up. Ooh, it's all covered in shit, seawater. That's like a child. It's like a child who's like covered in like paint. It's like hug, hug, hug. No, don't touch me. So you you clean up the mess and you head upstairs and you see Captain Dryden's kind of leaning over expectingly as you guys come back out on deck. What's all the commotion about down there? Why are you covered in excrement? Because I'm the captain. You see him pull out a ledger. So, oh, it figures. I don't know why the Sea Ghost would be out this far. Normally it sails more from Syrup Village Islands. I believe those are the Gecko Islands. I don't know why it's out in this part of the ocean. You see him kind of rubbing his temple. It's not uncommon for, well, at least as rumors have it, for the Sea Ghosts to employ sorcery in order to invade ships with their shadows and then take them over. No, I mean, they could have goblins on board or something of that nature. That's certainly possible. Well, again, rumors on the ocean. If shadows kill specifically evil aligned people, pirates, then it turns into another shadow, who turns into another shadow, who turns into another shadow, eventually killing the whole crew. So then they just come and collect the ship. Usually a shadow has to kill someone to create a shadow. What's your strength at, by the way? Yeah, her nice plumage is brown. Hopefully not with your beak. Seriously. Otherwise, you're going to have to roll for some poison checks or something. Throw both of you overboard. Walk the plank. Brack, walk the plank. So the captain calls out, "Once you two have cleaned up, you can finish cleaning the deck. That'll be your chores for the day." No one's told him about the gunpowder, so he's not that disappointed. Oh boy. Okay, so y'all head up on deck. Rookie, what's your strength at right now? What's your total number? 6. Oof. You know, 2 more hits, you would have died. You dead. You would have to roll a medicine check to know how to treat this ailment. Yes. You would think that after a rest, it would clear itself up. Well, now that we've had that fun, let's continue on our journey. And we'll take you back over to the map. So, uh, that was a fun beginning of the day. So, no, because it was on your back. You're fine. It was more the front of you that the important part got covered in shit. Um, so let's just start with. Well, we know what Panala and Rookie are doing today, so let's go to 4X. What are you doing to raise the morale of this shitty situation? Okay. Maybe the wafting smell of the cooking eel will alleviate some of the shit smell. And it seems to help a little bit. It's definitely drowning out. Unfortunately for you, the shit smell is coming up right behind you, where the entry to the lower deck is. Yeah, but you make a fine meal. Erling, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. Okay. Roll your history. Uh, let's see here. Onslow, the Scottishman. Well, I don't know too much about the uh, the the sea ghost, but what I do know is that if they were to come, then they would come. Let's see. I would expect within a day or so to come collect the bounty. I really need to work on my accents. Good God. My accent. It would help if I didn't have rubber bands in my mouth. Um, yeah, rubber bands are not easy to do accents with. Um, well, excuse me. I think if we keep on the same heading, then we should be fine heading down the road. Down the road, down the road. Well, we should have enough speed in the sails to avoid any kind of ship like that. I do too, cause I don't want to die, you know. So you don't know how accurate that information is. That's what you got. Iskari, what are you doing today? Okay. All right. Describe to me, oh great one. What do you say? She sounds so angry, but it's stuttering us on. So the morale goes up one. You're shaming them into doing work better. I love it. And Rookie and Penala spend the day cleaning themselves and cleaning the deck. I'm gonna make a roll for Peel. He's gonna take over watch for now. He doesn't see anything. Captain makes the same heading. He believes, judging by the navigation, that they are heading straight for the island. So he's going to hold course. You advance 3 hexes this day, and you lose the rest of the giant eel due to people gnawing, or due to creatures gnawing on it, and it being collected. Roll me a survival check, Ben. Okay. So mark down that you have 13 days of crew rations left, or of eel rations left. And that'll be enough for the crew. Or seeking rations. All right. Yep. Okay, that was day 3. You guys have made good time that first day. You guys are roughly 2 days out from the island. Now that everyone is cleaned up and back to their usual positions, we'll start again on the right. Penala, what are you doing on day 4? Okay. Roll me. Oh, 25. Beautiful. Yes. Everyone is definitely looking at you with a better eye today than they were yesterday. And, and, and their morale is definitely improved. 4X, give me a cooking check. Okay. Yep. You actually, with a 20, you move the morale up to 2, which is definitely going to affect the performance of the sailing vessel today. Yeah, no, you got it's based on successes, and then failures deduct from it. Um, Zane, Erling, what do you got? Yeah. Okay. The crew definitely feels more informed about shadows. Gotcha. Okay. And Iskari? Keep berating him. Jesus. I'm going to have diminishing returns on this. Well, the DC is going up, but Iskari's still crushing it. Um, you notice that the crew is definitely, since they have a full belly, they are more apt to listen to your pleasant encouragements, and but you feel you get the sense that if you push too hard on these guys with the same type of motivation, that they'll eventually turn. But they are definitely on the up today. Rookie. Okay. And you have the sailor background? Or pirate? Pirate. Okay. Yeah. No, that works. Because it's things related to the ship. So go ahead and roll me. Actually, just roll your navigation. We can roll that into. It's going to be the same skill. It's going to be wisdom with proficiency. Okay. Yeah, so you go around and you tighten up all the knots that need to be tightened, and you double check all the sails. You're actually the perfect person to do that. And it doesn't seem like in the fog that there was any damage to the sails or anything like that. So everything seems to be in tip top shape. And the captain is going to roll a perception check for dangers. He doesn't see a thing. All right. Yeah, so you can move 4 hexes this day. That puts you within visuals. By nightfall, you see land. Land ho! We see land up ahead, everyone. I, I think Thank you, Rookie. I think that we're going to anchor out a little bit off the island, just to be safe. Maybe we can spend the morning observing the island. So, the captain has a spyglass, but he is not going to give it up as it is very expensive. So, um, trying to find my pictures. Where is the picture? Hopefully I added it to. Oh, did I do a handout for it? I did. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and show this to you guys. The next morning, you have a restful night, and you see that island as you were anchored outside of it. Can you guys see that? Did the pop-up? All right. What am I doing wrong here? Why is it not popping up? Yeah, did it show up now? Oh, yeah. Maybe that'll work. I clicked show to players, but I think that if it's not in your guys' journal and I show it to you, it doesn't do anything. So you see a massive, like cylindrical stone natural formation on the right side of the island, and then you see this large dome of grass on the left side of the island with thick vegetation and trees surrounding throughout the entire island. There are boulders and stones and what look like maybe coral reefs are dotted throughout the sea surrounding, providing a natural barrier to this island. And you have found Gold Island. This isn't El Dorado. Okay. So, I can take you to that map now. I think I've got it around here somewhere. Where are you? Ah, there it is. I wish there was a better way. Let me try just... Not yet. Just outside. Another mustache? Okay. So you spend an hour in the morning to disguise yourself. Yep. 24. Pretty good deception. What do you look like? Okay. Okay. Looks like Captain Hook. Captain Hook without the hook. Okay. Captain Tenfinger. Which version of Captain Hook? Animated or the movie with Robin Williams? Mm, okay. Got it. Okay. Captain doesn't like that you're dressing up like a captain, but yeah. Not with that. Okay, so you all can, when you're ready, you can take the long boat and go see what's on shore. Now, I will. Yes, I can now move you guys over to the Gold Island map, which you probably can't see anything because it's probably hidden. Hold on. There we go. Right? So you guys will be coming from. Let me get your token off the other map real quick. You guys will be coming from the north side. So which in or yeah, from the north side, which in this case is going to be over here. So you guys are coming out, and this is where the Mangy Disgrace is currently anchored. So you guys can take a rowboat in and really choose your drop location wherever you choose. Say it with your chest. Make a perception check. Nope. All you see is just wispy clouds off in the distance, and a little bit of like a cloud formation that circles the large spire that's on the right side. But other than that, no, no smoke. Little cove. A little cove. Is that what you were waiting for? Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you guys have control of your dinghy. Uh, Going through the surf and the tide at this point will take you roughly, say, an hour to get from anywhere from, let's see, what is that? R16 down to like BB18. You can do that within a couple hours of rowing. So as she's singing, who's this? You guys have control of the boat, so you guys take it where you guys want to. Beautiful. Land it on Y17. Yep. Beautiful. This looks like a. So, how does Iskari feel about all this joyful singing? You're just taking it in, observing. All right. So you you guys land on the shore, and you see that there are a light forest. It's very sparse, about 100 or so yards in in the shore. The grass seems to grow right up to the shoreline, and then has a small, like it washes out, so it turns into small like gravel, and then into like a small sandbar that surrounds the coast. So as you bring the boat up and you anchor it down, you see this, like I said, this sparse forest that seems to get darker and more dense the deeper into the island you see. So it's up to you guys. Okay. Yep. So as you take to the air and you are getting a lay of the land, you do see that this sparse forest surrounds most of the area around you, and it provides uh, light shelter from weather. As you can see, that the sun is definitely poking through. And as you fly a little bit higher, you can see that the dense forest uh, is, let's see, what kind of trees would be in this one. I'm gonna say like go like oak trees. So in this part, since you're actually getting closer to the hemisphere, the oak trees seem to be adequate for this zone. And so you see that these, you see that these trees get more and more dense, and it almost feels like one giant tree, and you can't see to the floor throughout this space. But you don't see any docks. You don't see any ships from where you're at, and you don't see any settlements. Go ahead and roll history. The fact that you found the island is an accomplishment in and of itself. But the only story that you have heard is that he kept his treasure in his storehouse that was supposedly on Gold Island. The one that would be, yeah, that would actually be easier for the party at large to get to. Okay. As you start trudging into the forest and the trees, the light begins trickling through, and you hear the rustle of leaves. You hear the lapping of the water cresting on the shore. You begin to hear some wildlife, like some birds, and you also hear some skittering as some small wildlife is running, running away as you guys are trudging through the forest. You guys can make a fairly decent pace through the light forest, but once you get to the dense forest, it's going to be essentially difficult terrain. It starts getting really thick. Large tree roots are crisscrossing here and there, and you see that there are occasional shrubs that just and undergrowth that just grow throughout. So it's going to be a slog, but it's passable. So you, rookie, you think that the good heading would be a relatively direct route. Maybe heading down through the light forest. You see that it circles around closer. So traveling through the dense forest would definitely slow you down. So you could probably get closer to that large mound faster. Yeah. So I'm gonna say you guys can travel. It's not a large island. I'm gonna say you guys can travel 3 hexes in a day. And that's not like a forced march. That's just kind of casually going through. So if you guys want, I think this is the kind of path that you're choosing. Yeah. I need as you guys get to here and the forest thins out a little bit, you get a closer look at this mound. I need everyone to make me a perception check. Okay. Iskari, Rookie, and 4X, you take a look and you can see through the trees as it clears out at the mound that the mound doesn't quite seem circular. It almost seems to have like a geometric shape to it. The grass that's growing upon it seems to have edges, almost like it comes to points in certain locations that gives it the appearance of yeah, like I said, like a geometric shape. It doesn't seem to be completely spherical or rounded, but it is definitely covered in grass. It is not natural. It doesn't seem like it's a natural formation. Roll me, roll me a history check, Ascari. History check. Judging by its shape, it's definitely a man-made structure that seems to have been covered over by many, many years of misuse. And as the sun begins to set, do you guys make camp? Oh, you're all taking first watch? Okay. Okay, so we got rookie first. Okay. All right. That would be the morning watch. All right. As you guys set up your camp and set up a small fire, 4X cooks up a nice meal for you guys to keep you well nourished. It's probably eel. That is where we're going to end the session unless you guys want to keep going. Ben, you good to play a little longer? With 2 out, we'll have to continue in 2 weeks then. Good session, guys. I loved all the RP. Highlight MVP Chamber Pot. Tick tock, tick tock. Night, Ben. Thanks for coming. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Yep. Yep. Bye. Bye. Later.